like pretty far north. That's pretty cool.
I escaped to the sun because I was freaking out.
Yeah, me too. I was like, this is a long winter coming.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, fun. I wonder if I bought it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, what's her name?
Raglan, R-E. Do you want to do it all in two colors? You have to take it out. And you just have to be careful because then the instructions are oh, yeah, put your money in it. Oh, you don't. Yeah, we got
Traveling with friends before they want to like go and do all the sites and touristy things. I want to sit in the cafe
yeah, I'm like,
every day.
I'm like, here they have things like Uber Eats.
Oh yeah.
You can get any
You can get like a
We got donuts Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My sister was like, oh, I just want that. Don't give me anything else.
Aww. Sweet. Well, enjoy. Yeah, that's your time.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you. Bye.
Shop night.
What are you doing?
Just winding yarn. Oh, fancy. Don't want to break it.
Don't break it.
We just got tons of new.
That's
We
a
should
cute
teach it
sweater.
in. So trying to fit everything on the walls.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi everyone. Welcome to this 12th episode of HipHipBarbaKnitStories. My name is Linda. I'm from Reykjavik, Iceland, and you can find me on social media like Instagram as Barbanet and on Ravelry as HipHipBarbaKnit. It's been a long time since I sat down last. Life has been life, just with its ups and downs and madness. So I haven't had any time to sit down and record or edit or do much of anything. I have been knitting, so I'm gonna share some of the things that I've been doing. One of my finishes is already shipped to Amsterdam. It was the prototype for the August yarn along that Stephen is doing. I believe the pattern is called cafe knitting, which is quite fitting. So I think most people have gotten their yarns already, and it's beautiful. I loved working with it. So the pattern is not out. I think it will be out next week, so I have nothing to show. I was gonna like record a little piece about it before I sent it off, but like I said, life got super busy. I had my I had my surgery on my nose and all kinds of other stuff. I will get into that later in this episode. So I have nothing to show, but you will see the pattern on Ravelry, I'm sure, in the next week or so. I finished. I'm a bit out of practice, I'm sorry, but I did finish the socks that I was doing for my daughter. we dyed the yarn together. It was just, I bought a ball of white Regia sock yarn, and I had some dye here from Dylan, and we just dyed it up, and I made her these socks. They are a little, you know, they're not matching at all. This one is much lighter than this one, but they are really cute, and she's really happy with them, and has been, I kind of had to like take them off her feet so that I could show them to you. That's basically the only finish that I have to show. There was a pattern released through Stephen of the stripified shawl that was it was in the last year's yarn along, and I knitted it up a long time ago, more than a year ago. I will insert some photos of it here as I'm talking about it. I used a lot of just scraps, leftovers. Basically, Stephen gave me a big bag of all kinds of hedgehog yarns, and I just went to town with it and just did my thing. Genie, some really bubbly gum pink that I don't know if it has a name or if it was a potluck color, and then there was this one custom color from Vogue Knitting Live in 2017. I used a little pistachio, and then for the border I used, I think it was like 5 or 6 different leftovers of all kinds of potluck colors that I had, and a tiny little bit of Panda from Ching Fibers. So yeah, that's kind of what I went to town with and made this big shawl. I'm gonna jump right into whips because, like I said, I have nothing more to show. I can talk about this shawl though. Well, this was done years ago, but as I'm wearing it, I can show it to you. It's Exploration Station by Stephen West. I've made 3 of these, I think. 3 or 4. No, 3. This one is made out of 2 colors of Engleull, which is not made anymore, but it's kind of sad. It was one of my favorite yarns. The brownish gray is the Engleull, and this yellow right here, this yellow is Yaku, and this one is Madeline Tosh Daffodils, I believe the color name is. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into whips because I have a lot of those at the moment. A lot. I've been finishing up things. I also have another finish that I can't show because the pattern is not out, and it won't be out until later in August. It's a new design by Stephen that I was working on when I was in Amsterdam in July, and I finished it a couple of days ago, Thursday I think, but it's still top secret, so I can't really show it to you. Okay, I'm gonna jump into whips right now. I am working on, because I finished like most of the deadline knitting that I was doing, so I am working on this new version of the Marled Mania sweater that is from Stephen. I'm done with the body. There are a lot of ants. But I'm done with the body and I'm working on the sleeve. I haven't done a lot, but this is like my next focus piece, so I will be doing a lot of knitting on it in the next few days and hopefully finishing it up pretty soon. I only have the sleeves left, so it shouldn't take me that long. So this is gonna be like one of my focus pieces. another project that I'm almost done with. I'll probably finish this one today. It's the Brioche baby blanket by Lavanya that I'm doing for a baby that's due pretty soon. I'm on my last color. This is Ansula. Beautiful DK weight. I got it at Fancy Tiger when I was in Denver a few years ago. The base is called Cricket, or maybe that's the colorway. No, the colorway is called Aspen. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's super pretty, and this is how the blanket is looking. I'm gonna turn it upside down. The gray one that I started with is from Vivid Wool, my friend Havdis. The next one is also from Vivid Wool, this grey orange speckle. The orange one is also from Vivid Wool. And then I went into this, it's a blue, purplish, orange kind of, it's a weird color. It's from Madeline Toss. I bought it off their website. It's like a one-of-a-kind color. So it doesn't really have a name. And then I've been using some scraps of greens and blues, and I'm finishing it off with this. It's getting pretty big. I'm making it a little bit bigger than the pattern calls for. Super easy, super adjustable pattern for a really, really squishy kind of baby blanket. I am pretty happy with how it's turning out. So I'm gonna basically finish this yarn for like a green ending on this baby blanket, kind of similar to the gray one that I started with. So it's gonna be going from gray to orange to purplish, brownish, bluish green of some sort. So yeah, it's almost done. Like I said, I hope that I can finish it today or this evening if life decides to behave for a while. My next whip is something that I haven't really done a lot on, but I have done a little bit. Oh, I'm not in the middle of a row. Congratulations. It's the shawl Kaltbakur by my friend Taka. And ooh, the camera is really blowing up the color. Okay, I finished the white section and I'm now working on just the palest gray. Then I have 2 more grays to go, and then these 2 pink colors. And this yarn is Tint Lamol from Camaros. It's 50% llama and 50% virgin wool. It's a really, really nice yarn. I really like working with it. It's so soft. It looks like it's prickly, but it's really not. Well, maybe if you're like super sensitive, but it's a lot softer than other yarns that kind of look the same, but it's a lot softer. I really like it. I've done like 4 pattern repeats or something on it, but it's not like a deadline project. It's just something that I'm, you know, working on whenever I feel like it, basically. I forgot to mention, Christy Glass had like a Bagapalooza kind of thing, like a giveaway of all sorts of project bags, and I won! And this is the project bag that I got as a prize. It looks like this on one side and this on the other side. And it's super big and I really like it. I'm gonna see if I can find a label here somewhere. A knitter sachet. That's all it says. A knitter sachet. I don't remember where it's from, but I will look at the info and post it if I can find it. When I was traveling, I was working on a sock because I think socks are like the perfect knitting travel, you know, the perfect project for a knitter that's traveling. So I finished one of them. Maybe I should put it on a blocker so you can see it properly. I'm using La Bien-Aimée BFL sock yarn that I absolutely love. It's working up like a dream. Ta-da! It's just a plain vanilla sock. I did a German short row heel in garter stitch, and the orange for the heel and the pink for the toe are mini skeins that I got from the advent calendar that my friend Havdis from Vivid Wool did last year. So they really match the beautiful speckles in this yarn. So I really like this added effect. And for the other sock, I'm gonna have an orange toe and a pink heel. I'm gonna switch it up. I have actually started the other sock. I don't have a lot done on it, but a little bit. This is how far I am on that sock. And like I said, the yarn is La Bien-Aimée BFL sock. It's the West Knits Goes to Paris colorway. I'm using 2mm needles and I cast on 60 stitches, and that seems to work perfectly for my feet. So I think I have found my go-to vanilla sock statistics to go to. And this is of course living in my custom made project bag from my friend Atalilia. This has like officially become my sock project bag because it's the perfect size. I also, I'm gonna do this last. In my yellow La Bien bag, I have the Gloaming Tide Mystery Knit Along from Yisolda Teak. I had to put this aside. I have done clue 1 and 2. I haven't started clue 3 because, like I said, life happened and I had to put this aside to attend to other projects and my health and other stuff. So this is my finished 2 clues from the Gloaming Tide Mystery Knit Along. The Mystery Knit Along is now over, so I need to catch up. And the last time I talked to you, I was trying to figure out what yarn to use for this, and I decided to go for the La Bien-Aimée set of colors that I had, and they look like this. And I'm super happy that I decided to pick these colors because now I've seen the completed shawl and I think it's gonna be beautiful when I'm done. So I'm gonna have to start working on this a little bit, you know, here and there as I work on my other obligation knitting as well. So we'll see. I'll finish it. I really like the design, so and I'm in love with the yarn, so I will definitely finish this. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, it's kind of a, we'll see what happens. My newest whip is also something that I was talking about on my last episode. I showed you the yarn, and I told you that I had been obsessing about the Tecumseh, I think that's how you say it, Tecumseh sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And I showed you the yarn that I planned on using, and I am using that yarn. I didn't change my mind. It's Lamana Como tweed. This is the main color, and then I'm using this one and this one for the contrast, for the pattern of the sweater. And yesterday I split for the sleeves. So let's see how this is looking. Here are the sleeves, and I'm working on the body here. And I can't wait to finish this. I think the yarn that I picked is perfect. It's really light and soft and airy. It's a merino, but it's non-superwash. So it's super soft, super nice. I'm really happy with the yarn. It's so light. It's just, even though it's like a big sweater thing, it's so light and so comfortable. I put it on yesterday just to see how it fits, and it's perfect, and I can't wait to finish it. Such a fun and easy pattern, really. Super easy. So yeah, this is how it's looking. I really want to finish it. I'm in total sweater mode at the moment, because I think it's just because we didn't really have any summer, and I just want to knit sweaters all the time. All the time. All the sweaters. And yeah, I have quite a few on the go as well. So I think I'm all set for winter. And this beautiful project bag came to me. I have a friend in Finland who was making project bags, and she posted a few on Facebook, and she was like, oh, I was, you know, trying out making project bags. And I was like, I want one. So we did like a little swap thing, and she sent me this and a little notions pouch to go with it. I don't have it here, but it's like out of the same fabric, just like a zippered pouch. And she sent me some Finnish licorice and chocolates and teas and stuff, and it was really nice. And I sent her a few yarns by Icelandic dyers that she can play around with, and a little project bag as well. Not something that I made, because I can't really sew much. I mean, I can manage, but I can't make like a project bag or something. Even though I am gonna learn, my mom is gonna come and teach me and help me out. And I'm super excited about that, but I can't really sew much to change my life, to save my life. I can't really talk today. Anyway, I have one more thing that I haven't really worked on, but it was a project that I kind of inherited from Steven when I was in Amsterdam. I'm gonna grab it and show it to you. Let me see. Okay, so Steven released his go-to Raglan sweater pattern this week, and I think he started like 3 sweaters, and he finished one of them. He was like messing around with yarn combinations and colors and stuff. And then he sent me a photo of one that he started, and he was like, I started a super plain one. I think I need like a plain sweater in my wardrobe. And I was like, okay. And he sent me this photo, the photo of this sweater. And I was like, he's knitting with black and grays, and what's happening? And then I think it was the next day or 2 days later, he was like, okay, I restarted my sweater. And that's the one that you can see in the photos of the pattern. It's beautiful. It's much more Steven than this. So he kind of gave up on this one, but he gave it to me along with all the yarns to go into it. So here's more. So it's made out of I'm gonna finish the sweater for my husband so he can wear it. So it's made out of so yeah, the yarn that's going into this one is Ulisse Dererum Natura. I've never used this yarn before. I've looked at it a bunch of times online and stuff, but I've never actually picked any of it up to use. So I'm holding one strand of this along with a bunch of stuff. I haven't like looked at this properly. Hedgehog fibers. This is cereal. And then I have this is probably Artifact from Hedgehog as well. Let me see. Yep, Artifact. And then I have Hawk from Hedgehog Fibers, and then I have Salty Tails, I believe. Yeah, Salty Tails. So I have these 4 to play with, along with, let me see if I can balance this. Along with this. So this will all go into the sweater, and I will finish it for my husband. And I kind of want to make another one for myself, but that one is gonna be more colorful, I think. Not like crazy, but a little bit more colorful than this. Okay. So yeah, I inherited this, and this will become a sweater for my husband. I think I've gone through all my whips. Let me see. Let me check my notes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do like a quick segment of new yarns that I've gotten, because like I said, I went to Amsterdam, and of course I picked up some yarn. I wanted to show you these though. My mom, my darling mom, she made me these DPN cozies. I picked one up when I was in Utrecht in Holland, and my mom was like, I can make you some of these. So she made me this one, and this one, and this one. So cute. You're so well made. Thank you, Mom. So yeah, I'm gonna make her socks instead, since I've gotten over my one sock syndrome hassle thing. Okay, one thing that followed me home from Amsterdam is this beautiful set of La Bien-Aimée in her sport base. This is something that Stephen gave me. These and these mini skeins. I am gonna make Enchanted Mesa. I have the Enchanted Mesa dress. I made the one for the book, the Westnitz Best Knits book, but I've always wanted to have a sweater as well. So I'm just gonna follow the pattern notes for the dress because it's made out of fingering weight yarn. I'm just gonna follow like the pattern notes for this. Go up half a needle size and use the La Bien-Aimée sport weight yarn. So it's gonna be a little bit more loose than the dress. The dress is actually like completely fitted on me, and I want the sweater to be a little bit more loose. So that's the plan. I did also pick up a skein of La Bien-Aimée DK in the same colorway, but in the DK weight. I'm gonna do like the big color in the DK weight and then switch to this lighter one for the top portion and then the darker skeins for the rest of the body, and use the mini skeins for the striping detail in the pattern. I think it's gonna be really, 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 really good. These are so my colors and I think it's gonna turn out really well. So yeah, the darker color of the sport weight is called Piri Tuki. Can you see this? No. Focus. Yeah, Piri Tuki. And the lighter color is Piri Bow. So that's my next plan when I finish. I at least want to finish the baby blanket and the Marled Mania cardigan, and then maybe my treat will be to cast on the Mesa. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is at least the plan. And when I was in Amsterdam, I picked up a few things. And Stephen gave me a few things as well, because that's just how we roll. I give him candy from Iceland and he gives me yarn. It's a pretty sweet deal. Let me see. I don't want to mess these up. Okay, these beauties are from Twisted Finch, and this is something that Stephen gifted to me. And this one has already been I've written on the label because my mom came here the other day and she fell in love with this skein. It says Mamma Socker. So it's gonna be socks for my mom. It's the blue-faced Leicester high twist, 80% BFL and 20% nylon. So it's gonna be perfect for socks. And these colors are insane. This colorway is called Woodstock. The green is called what? Helvel. Wow. Helvelin, I think. And then this fun one, gray with like green and blue speckles. It's called Beta. B-E-T-A. Beta. So this is something that Stephen gave me. And this one. And this one. This one is from Ching Fibers. And it's the yak single lace base. 65% superwash merino, 20% silk and 15% yak. There are 800 meters on 100 grams, and this is the colorway Siren. And this just has my name written all over it. It was in Steven's stash and he picked it up and I was like, I think this has been waiting for you. So it followed me home. But of course I also went to Stephen and Penelope. And I picked up a few skeins of yarn for myself. They have this yarn Fru Valborg, and this is the Penelope colorway. So this had to come home with me. It just had to. It's so beautiful. It's dyed especially for Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. I think they are the only store that carry this yarn. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. And this is 80% merino superwash and 20% nylon. Beautiful skein of yarn. This followed me home. And Usitita. Usitita is one of my favorite colors. No dyers. This is the colorway called Kitty. It's just the basic gray speckle. And then I picked up a bunch of Garden Stories. Garden Stories is also like a huge favorite of mine. I fell in love with it when I did both the Pearl Break shawl by Stephen and a Speckle and Pop that I made for Edinburgh Yarn Festival. It was like a sample for the booth. And I made both of these shawls out of Garden Stories, and after that I signed up for their club, and I just, yeah, it's become a super favorite yarn of mine. And they just got a new shipment of it. This is 100% merino superwash, and just like the speckles on these yarns are so special. I think they're insanely good. This is one of the colors that I got. It's called Mikado. And this is another one. I almost picked this one up when I was in Edinburgh, but I think it sold out like before I could grab one. And this one is called Polar. And then this one is called Dolce. And this one is called Soulmate. And I believe this skein of yarn might be my personal soulmate. Don't you think? I think so. I think we will be good friends. And the last one is Chasing Birds. Yeah. So I brought home a lot of yarn, but that's kind of how it goes. When you're a knitter, at least. Also, like most of you probably know, the Tits Out collective movement, started by Countess Blaze, was in full force in July, and I got extremely overwhelmed, and it was when I was recovering from my surgery, so I didn't really have the brain space to follow the movement as closely as I wanted to do. I managed to buy one skein. This one is from La Bien-Aimée. It's called Reunite, and the portion that she gave to charity was given to organizations that are helping uniting families on the American border that have been separated. And that's a cause that really spoke highly to me, and I love Amy's yarns, and I really like the dye job on this. The camera is blowing it out a little bit, but it's super pretty, and I got this one. Then my friend Taka at Little Prjónabúðin was fortunate enough that Amy from La Bien-Aimée and her got connected, and Taka had a La Bien-Aimée pop-up at Little Prjónabúðin that started August 1st. And she got a bunch of yarn, of course. So of course I went and got some yarn, but I was really good. I only got 3 skeins. I got the DK that I showed you earlier for my Enchanted Mesa. I'm gonna use it for the neck, the high collar. Wow, words are escaping me today. And then I got 2 skeins of the merino singles. This one is called Quail, and this one is Periwo. Oh, it's the same color as this. I just realized this now. Well, yeah, I like my colors. So these came with me home as well. I've also been like ordering a bunch of yarn. I have so much more yarn that that has been coming to me recently, but I'm not gonna drag it all out of my stash cabinet and like show it all to you, because it's a mess, and now I need to check myself a little bit. Yeah, I have a question of the week for you, and it's kind of inspired by my traveling in July. So my question of the week for you is, what's your favorite place to travel to? Like, do you have a place anywhere in the world that you go to regularly, or that you want to be able to go to regularly, that you've maybe only been once but you're dying to go there again? And when you're traveling, what's your favorite project to bring along to work on when you're traveling? And that's it, I think, for this week. I am gonna talk a little bit about life stuff, you know, what I've been up to and and why I was missing for such a long time. If you're not interested in that, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you if you watch it or not. If you decide not to watch it, I will see you again very, very, very soon. I plan on I made a Facebook, not a Facebook, I made a Ravelry group for the podcast. I haven't done anything on the group, and I don't plan on like opening it up until sometime in August. I'm not sure when, but I will tell people about it when I do. And I have some fun plans for that group, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite ready to open it up. Like I said, I can't talk today, but I will let you know when I do. So, okay, life stuff. In the beginning of July, I had this operation on my nose. It was not as painful and as horrible as I was afraid that it would be, but it was still not, it was not comfortable. It was not the most pleasant experience that I've had in my life. But I healed really well and really quickly, and now I can't really feel anything. And I can breathe much, much, much better through my nose. It's like the difference is insane. I couldn't believe it when, you know, when all the swelling had gone down and everything. It's just, yeah, I'm really, really hopeful that this will help me out a lot with all the sinus infections and stuff that I've been getting for way too many years. So if your doctor has suggested that you might need this operation, I highly recommend that you do, because, well, it went really well, and the doctor has, like, what do you say, like, released me from, like, I had to go for a few checkups and like have some stitches removed and stuff, but he has like cleared me of everything, and I didn't get any infections or anything. It was just, it was uncomfortable for about 5 days, and then I was fine. So soon after I recovered from my surgery, we decided to go to Amsterdam, and Steven was sweet enough to let us stay at his place, which was super nice, very well located, and we had a lot of fun. We really needed to get out of Iceland and get some sun and vitamin D, because, like I've been saying for the past few episodes, the weather here has been horrible the entire summer. It's been raining and grey and 10 to 12 degrees Celsius the entire summer. I know everybody in Europe is having a heat wave, and I know it's not comfortable, but you know, somewhere in between, at least for a few weeks, would be appreciated. You know, it's no fun having grey weather and rain every single day for 8 weeks. It's just, it's not good for your mentality, especially not up here when you're coming out of like a pretty dark and harsh winter. So for the past 2 or 3 days, it's actually been a little bit better, like blue skies, not that much warmer, but a little bit of sun, and yeah, it's been a little bit better, and I'm hoping that August will be better. I'm really, really hoping. August is my birthday month. I'm turning 40. I'm turning 40 August 27th, and I'm not gonna do anything, I think. Maybe I will escape the country again, but I don't know. But yeah, back to Amsterdam. We did have a lot of fun. We stayed for 5 days. We took the train to Utrecht, which was really nice. If you ever go to Amsterdam and stay there for a few days, taking the train to Utrecht is so worth it. It's such a cute little place, and we had a lot of fun. It takes like 20 to 30 minutes from Amsterdam Central to Utrecht, and yeah, super fast, super nice. We had breakfast at the cutest cafe, and we went up to the Dom Tower, like the church tower. Yeah, we went up to the church tower and had breakfast and walked around the city, and we took like a boat tour through the canals and stuff, and we just really enjoyed it there. It was so nice. We didn't do any shopping really, except for the yarn, but we just enjoyed the city and walked around quite a lot. I think we walked like 16 to 18,000 steps every single day. But yeah, that's kind of, at least that's kind of what we do when we travel. We kind of go everywhere by foot and just take in the new surroundings and stuff. We went to the Rijksmuseum. We did a lot of fun things, and we really enjoyed Amsterdam. My husband had been there before. I had never been there before, but now it's like on my list of places that I really want to go and visit again at some point. And then what has been happening more? I decided to quit my job. I am looking for another job, but I decided to leave the place that I'm working for now. I've been there almost a year. Like when you give your notice at your job, if you've been there longer than 6 months, you have to work 3 months. So I will work August, September and October, and then I have made it like a year at that place. I just wasn't really happy there. It was not the right fit for me. So I'm gonna look into something else. I do have some knitting classes coming up in September. I'm doing a shawl class and a sweater class, and then I have a class teaching people how to use Ravelry, because unfortunately a lot of people are not aware of the potentials that Ravelry have, like the groups and where to find stuff and how to get ideas, what to use your yarn for, and all kinds of other stuff. So, and I get these questions a lot, so I just decided to have like a class and teach people how to use Ravelry, how to buy patterns and link your PayPal and follow your favorite designers and use the groups and use the forums and the help boards, and you know, there are so many options that I think people are missing because they are maybe a little bit afraid to use it or something, or don't know how to look for what they want and stuff. So yeah, I'm doing a class on that, a class on shawls, and then a class on sweaters. And then yeah, I also have some sad news. Not about me personally, but it's family related stuff. I have two sisters. I'm the oldest one, and then my middle sister is called Geda, and my youngest sister is called Fanny, and she is 23 or 4 weeks pregnant with her second baby. And to our horror, or like, I don't even know how to put this into words, but it's part of an explanation why I haven't been around, and it might be an explanation if I have to disappear for a little bit again, which I hope won't happen, but life, you know, you never really know. My sister, and they have announced it publicly as well, so I am allowed to talk about it. My sister got diagnosed with cancer, cervix cancer, which is not operational. They can't perform an operation to remove it because she's 23 or 4 weeks pregnant, and she has a rather large tumor on her cervix that is not, that the doctors are not able to remove. And it's just a pretty scary situation. I'm scared and worried about my baby sister and the baby that she's carrying. But she has decided to, I'm tearing up a little bit, I'm sorry. She has decided to keep the pregnancy going, and she's starting chemo on Thursday next week. Of course, she can't have any radiation treatments because of the baby, but the doctors are hoping that she can remain pregnant for, you know, until she's like 35 weeks. But they don't really know if that's gonna happen, or they don't really know anything. They couldn't really say much about either my sister or the baby. They're just kind of taking it day by day. She will have chemo every 3 weeks, and then she will go into ultrasound to check on the baby. I think it's like once a week or once every 2 weeks. And we are just, yeah, kind of digesting these news. She's 31 years old, and we are just a bit stunned. I mean, life throws you curveballs, and this is like another project, another mission that we have to deal with. And we are, of course, I have a very tight-knit and beautiful, loving family, and we are all just gathering around my sister and trying to support her in any way possible. She has a 3.5-year-old with her husband, and they are definitely gonna need some help. So we are all ready and willing to do everything we possibly can for all of them. And I might be like running around with my little niece and having fun with her in the next few weeks. So that's gonna be fun to be able to do, at least do that, because I mean, when you get news like this, you like, all the weapons are torn out of your hands, and you don't really know how to deal or how to act or what to say or anything. But I love my sister. I'm gonna support everything that she goes through and hope for the best outcome possible for her and her unborn baby. And you can all just like think positive and beautiful thoughts for my sister if you have the brain space to do so. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about this for a while. I will keep you updated on any news. Of course, I have some baby knits planned for the baby that I'm gonna be working on pretty soon. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I will be back soon. I really want to try to keep my 2-week schedule, like make a podcast. I can't keep up with making a podcast every week, but I am gonna do it every other week, as you know, when I can. And I hope that, like, with school starting up pretty soon for my daughter, and like life going back into a bit more of a routine, that I will be able to keep up with the every 2 weeks schedule that I want to do. So if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very, very soon. And I really do hope that you are enjoying all your knits and your handcrafts as much as I am. So thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.